guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we shall be discussing the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I know a couple of days ago I did a video talking about the Atlanta Falcons, reviewing their game versus the Detroit Lions. If you guys haven't seen that video will be up right here or right here, either one. So go check that video out. But today we shall be talking about the Atlanta Falcons. And the reason why we shall be talking about the Atlanta Falcons is just what's next for this team. What's next? Has Arthur Smith really had a good season as a Falcons head coach? Well, to answer the short, yes, he has. Because last season, when it came to one-score games, we were 2-8. This season, we're 7-1 or 7-0, if I remember right, in one-score games. And if you guys remember, the last time we played the Detroit Lions, we blew the lead. This time we were able to keep ahead and keep Detroit from scoring. Even though they almost did beat us, we were able to keep ahead. And the thing is, the only problem I really see with the Atlanta Falcons in this current team right now is the home record. This was our first win at home, again, and it was against the Detroit Lions. We have one more game at home, and it's going to be against the New Orleans Saints, who are going to be out looking for revenge after we beat the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. But coming off this season for Arthur Smith and the Atlanta Falcons, I think this is going to go. I think we're going to lose this weekend against the Buffalo Bills. I'd be very shocked. I'd be very happy, but very shocked that the Atlanta Falcons were able to beat the Buffalo Bills for this weekend. And then the next weekend after that against the New Orleans Saints, I actually think we're going to sweep the Saints just because of how bad New Orleans has been playing. I mean, do you see Ian Book stink it up this past week? Ian Book he stunk against the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins are on a streak. So that's good. That's good for the Miami Dolphins. But we're going to lose against Buffalo, and then we're going to beat the Saints. So what does that mean for the whole season in terms of Arthur Smith's first season as Atlanta Falcons coach? He would have finished 8-9. And if we look at the seasons that Dan Quinn was the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons, in his first official season, he was 8-8, finished second place in the NFC South. In his second season, he was 11-5, and that was the year we made the Super Bowl. That was the year Matt Ryan became MVP. His third year, we were 10-6, and we finished third place. The next 2 years, we finished second place at 7-9. Second place at 7-9. And then, of course, if we get on to his last season, he began the season 0-5. We ended up firing him. Raheem Morris became the coach, and we ended up picking 4 wins out of 7. So we were 4-7 throughout the rest of the season with Raheem Morris, who is now the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. And you just see what that defense is doing for them. So Raheem Morris is definitely a good option for coach, but I'm glad the Falcons went with the offensive-minded coach, because it's been a while since we had an offensive-minded coach, because both Dan Quinn and Mike Smith were both defensive coordinators. So considering that Arthur Smith is in his first year, he's still trying to develop this offense. He's still trying to develop a win-now offense, and I'm gonna be honest, it is working. Even though I said this past weekend was a disappointment, the system is working. We're winning a lot of one-score games. The only fact is now he needs to focus on the defense, and Dan Pease needs to focus on the defense and improving this defense, because if the defense can stop the run, we would have a better opportunity to win a lot more of these games by further margins than we usually do. But what does this mean for the Atlanta Falcons if they were to finish 8-9 this year in the NFC South? Well, that means they would finish second place. I think on record they would tie the New Orleans Saints, but they would have better head-to-head, so they would finish second place. And that means if they were to finish 8-9 with everything I've gone through, I did this in the playoff predictor, the Atlanta Falcons will have at least a 10th through 13th pick in the NFL draft if things go right. 10th through 13th. That is very good. And considering the fact that the Atlanta Falcons had a 4-12 record and we went from 4-12 to 8-9, I would definitely take it. I would have took it the Atlanta Falcons made the playoffs, but the Falcons are not going to make the playoffs, because I think I remember seeing on CBS Sports they had like a 5% chance of making the playoffs. That's not going to happen. But if you were to tell me that the Atlanta Falcons would have been in a playoff battle, when the season began, I would have took a 7-8 win season compared to our worst season that we had in the past 10 years with Dan Quinn going 0-5, and then we only getting 4 wins and having like the number 4 draft pick, which we used to get Kyle Pitts, who's starting to get more in terms of this offense and starting to get more involved in this offense. So, I mean, it's been a very good season for the Atlanta Falcons. 8-9, I'll definitely take that. Even if we finish 7-10, I'll still take that. Because you know why? It's still better than what we did last season. It's still an improvement from what we did last season. We couldn't have been as worse as we were last season, especially with the weapons that we got, and especially with the players that we got on defense. Because when it comes to some of the players that are going to be on contract or end the contracts at the end of the season, we got Foyesai Lukun, we got Cordell Patterson, we got Younghoe Koo, we got Dante Fowler Jr., we got Russell Gage, and we got Olamide Zaccheaus. If you had to ask me on the players I just named, only I'd probably say 4 of them should get contract extensions. Younghoe Koo, definitely. He won us the Giants game, so there's no way we have to resign Younghoe Koo. We have to find a way to sign Foyesai Lukun because he's been our star defensive player this season. Foyesai Lukun has had 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 2 sacks, 88 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. And in total combined tackles, he's had 166 combined tackles. He's been our best defensive player this season, and I definitely want the Falcons to re-sign him when it comes to the season ahead because he's definitely going to be a piece for the future, along with Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones. It's going to be those big 3, and then we got AJ Terrell right there. So we got big 4 defensive players for the future when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons. Backed on to other players, Cordell Patterson, he's been our star player. You know, like he does running back, he does wide receiver. He's been an okay player, and I think that at least we should keep him on for another year to go along with the offense, so he gets familiar. He's more familiar with the system coming next season, so he can get better. Russell Gage is kind of dependent on Dante Fowler. At the beginning of the season, he really wasn't starting well, but since the second half of the season, Dante Fowler's really been improving. So I honestly think that Dante Fowler does deserve at least a one-year contract extension, so we could really see how he does next season. Even though this is his final year out of a 3-year contract, I do believe. And then the other wide receiver, Olamide Zaccheaus, has he really stepped up since Calvin Ridley's been gone? No. The guys that have stepped up since Calvin Ridley's been gone has been Cordell Patterson, Kyle Pitts, and Russell Gage. Zaccheaus has not stepped up. If he steps up in the final 2 games and, he manages to ball out, then I say give him a contract. But right now, Cordell Patterson, Dante Fowler, Foyesai Lukun, Younghoe Koo are the 4 players I say we give the contract to. But, yeah, if you had to ask me, if the Atlanta Falcons were going to be 8-9 at the start of the season, I would have took it. I think I actually predicted my Atlanta Falcons prediction for the season. I either predicted them to go 9-8 or 8-9. And if I even said 9-8, that's still really close, and I would still take that. I don't think we're going to finish 9-8 because we're not going to beat the Buffalo Bills. But hey, if we do, we got a very good shot at finishing 9-8 and possibly making the playoffs. But in terms of this video, guys, that is it. I want to see how the Atlanta Falcons do their final 2 games against the Buffalo Bills. The Atlanta Falcons versus Buffalo Bills preview will be up this coming Friday or this coming Saturday. So make sure you guys get ready for that. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys all later. Peace.